Who decides what the right thing is? You know, the concept of determining what is right has been a philosophical enigma that has puzzled humanity for centuries. From personal dilemmas to societal issues, the question of who decides what is morally correct remains an ever irrelevant and contentious subject. In this video, I will share a story to explore the multifaceted nature of moral decision making and factors that influence how individuals, societies, and cultures perceive what is right. Once upon a time, in a charming little town of Ekumfi, there lived two friends, Adam and Ben. They were known for their unwavering moral compasses and genuine desire to do what is right. Their dedication to ethical living has earned them the respect and admiration of the entire community. One Sunday afternoon, as they sat under the shade of a towering oak tree, sipping lemonade, an intriguing question arose between them. Who decides what the right thing is? Adam, with a thoughtful expression, leaned back against a tree trunk and shared his belief that morality was universal. He argued that certain actions were inherently right or wrong, regardless of cultural differences or individual perspectives. Ben, on the other hand, leaned forward, his eyes alighted with different perspective. He believed that ethical decisions were subjective and influenced by one's upbringing, experiences, and personal values. He posited that what was right for one person might not be for another. Their friendly debate continued over several days, involving the entire town in their discussion. The town folks were divided into two groups, with some supporting Adam's universal morality and others siding with Ben's subjective approach. The heated discussions echoed through the street, the marketplace, and even the local library. In the midst of this philosophical whirlwind, an old man named Mr. Mesa quietly observed his corner store. Mr. Mesa had witnessed the rise and fall of countless debates in Ekumfi, and he had a unique perspective on the matter. The wise storekeeper had always believed that the right thing was a delicate blend of universal principles and subjective context. One evening, intrigued by the fervor of the ongoing debate, Mr. Mesa decided to intervene. He invited Adam and Ben and the entire town to a gathering at his store. The town folks gathered around the shelves, the scent of old books and spice filling the air. Mr. Mesa stood in the center, an air of wisdom emanating from him. "My dear friends," Mr. Mesa began, "I have watched your spirited discussions and admire the passion with which you defend your beliefs. However, I must remind you that the answer to who decides what the right thing is might not be so black and white." He went on to explain that universal principles such as honesty, compassion, and fairness form the foundation of ethical conduct. These principles guided people towards virtuous decisions that were universally recognized as good. But at the same time, he emphasized that context and individual circumstances couldn't be overlooked. Mr. Mesa shared a touching story about a young boy who had stolen a loaf of bread to feed his starving family. While stealing was objectively wrong, that boy's act had a noble intent, and the townsfolk, understanding his plight, had shown compassion and empathy, sparing him harsh punishment. In the end, Mr. Mesa concluded, the right thing is a harmony between universal principles and individual context. We should strive to uphold ethical values while empathizing with others' situation. Only then can we create a compassionate and a just community. As the town folks reflected on Mr. Mensah's wise words, they realized that he was right. The right thing wasn't an absolute that one could simply dictate, but a complex interplay of ethics and empathy. From that day on, Adam and Ben continued to advocate for their beliefs, but with a different found appreciation for each other's perspective. They realized that understanding and respecting different viewpoints was essential to building a more inclusive and understanding society. And so, the story of Ekumfi reminds us that the pursuit of ethical decision making is an ongoing journey, one that requires an open mind, a compassionate heart, a willingness to listen to others, even in the face of different opinions. Well, if you enjoy my video, this is Masayomi, and thank you.